Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be going over the top 11 most valuable Walking Liberty half dollars. We're going to be highlighting some different errors, varieties, and key dates that you want to take a look out for, and also discuss what the values of those coins will be. And some of the errors that we'll highlight aren't super valuable, but they're still cool and you can definitely find them. It's doable. So that being said, let's count down from 11 all the way to our super valuable number 1. Coming in at number 11, we have the 1939D Repunched Mintmark. And to our left, this is not a 1939D, but I did want to include the reverse of the coin just so that you could see where the mint mark will be located, and that is at about 7:30. If this is a clock, it'll be here below these leaves. And the actual 1939D Repunched mint mark, though, is going to have a second punching to the south of the first one, which will have been to the north of the coin. And that's what that's going to look like. It'll be worth about $20 and fine 12, 30 and extra fine 40, and between $50 and $90 in the lower uncirculated grades. So it's not super expensive, but you do want to take a look out for it. Number 10, we have the 1945 Missing Designer's Initials, and essentially the designer had their initials right here, but on some of the coins they're just simply missing. They're not found, and other have been reported on 1918D, 1929S, 1941, and 1943S, but it's something, again, that's a doable, achievable error that'll be worth about $20 and fine 12, $65 and extra fine 40, and $150 to $250 in those low uncirculated grades. Number 9, we have our first double die today, and that's the double die reverse on the 1942 Philadelphia, and you can see a definite spread in the AR and DO in that dollar. That's kind of the place to look for it. You can see how it's I'm outlining it here with the mouse. And this is not super valuable either, but it's like $25 to $40 in the circulated grades, and then about $100 to $225 in the low MS. But I really like double die coins, so this is one that I hope to add to my collection at some point. It's just a cool error that is, again, very findable on these coins. And number 8, we have the last of our coins that don't have a ton of value to them, but are still interesting errors to look out for, and that is the 1941D Repunched Mintmark. So here is from a little further away, and here's zoomed in, but you can definitely see that outline of the D in back of the coin, and that, there it is. That's pretty much all I can say there, but it's similar prices, about $25 to $40 in the circulated grades, and then right around $200 in the low mint state range. Number 7, we have a coin that's definitely more valuable than the ones that we've been talking about, 1916D Repunched Mintmark. Now for this one, you'll be looking on the front of the coin, and if you have a 1916D, you'll see what I'm talking about. But the Repunched D is to the northwest of the original. You can see it kind of protruding out from underneath right there. And this coin is going to be $125 in fine 12, $275 in EF 40, $425 in an MS state, and if you get to a 63, that'll be about $600. So definitely one that you want to keep an eye out for, first year that they were made. Number 6, we have the 1917S Obverse Mintmark, and there were some 1917S with the mint mark on the front, others on the back, but this coin is probably going to be worth about $120 in fine 12. That'll quickly kick up to $600 in an EF 40, XF 40 range. $2,000 is the money for MS60, and then $5,000 for a Mint State 63 certified copy. We're going to keep going with a trend of a lot of key dates now for the remainder, except number 1, which is a pretty rare and super valuable variety. But this one's the 1916S, also considered a key date, and values will be ranging at about $200 to $600 in the 12 and 40, and then in the lower mint states between $1,500 and $2,500, obviously going up after that point. But this is also the first year that this was made, so it goes from, I think, 1916 and 1947 in this series. Number 4, we go to the first of the 1921s, the 1921S key date, and as you can see, that mint mark going to be back here, and no longer in the front of the coin. and this coin is going to be also around $200 in Fine 12, but this specific one is actually really valuable when you get to better grades, so it's $2,500 in EF40, 18K in MS60, and then 30K in MS63, and that's actually a little bit more than some of the other ones, like the 1921 P key date. You can see the absence of a mint mark there. This one's $300 in Fine 12, but only $1,600 in XF40, 5K in MS60, and 8K in MS63. That's probably because more people realized that the mintages was going to be lower, and they saved them. It could have been that the 1916S was pretty overlooked. That's often something that happens. Here we've got the 1921D key date, and this is considered really the key date of the series. It's a little bit more valuable. From Denver, there's the mint mark again, and this one's $400 in Fine 12, so it's really quite a good coin to have. $2,500 in EF40 is on the same par as 1921S, but it drops off at the top range, 5K for MS60 and 10K for MS63. And that brings us to our last coin, which is really interesting and super valuable, and probably one that you'd never heard of. That is number one, the 1936 Double Die Obverse, one of the rarest Walking Liberty coins out there. Very, very few of these are known, and they are literally not known above the Fine 12 grade. So if you could get a better example, take a close look at all your 1936 Walking Liberty half dollars. It's $600 in Fine 12, which is definitely more than the numbers on a 1921D, so it's more rare than that. And the coin, there's unlimited potential in the higher range, and again, not a coin that I really knew to even look for before I made this presentation. So best of luck with this series. I think it's a gorgeous design, one of the best in the history of United States minting coins, and I'll hope to see you on some of my other videos. Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay in contact with me on my Instagram, TreasureTownYT, Facebook, TreasureTown, or my website, TreasureTownYT.com. And I love receiving packages from you guys. I'll unbox them in a video once I get enough, and my address for that is TreasureTown, P.O. Box 201, Greenwich, Connecticut, 06836. So I'll see you on some of my other videos.